just take over the game, baby, yeah. Let me show you.
Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. 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 I hope y'all can nest double E, cause I need your eyes on me. 'Cause once I get my feet in this end zone, no one can STOP. Came to make a scene like a movie, feeling big, keep it juicy before we start getting unruly. I've been hooping like a hoolie, keep it coolie before I stuff you in a locker like a bully. Like a bully in the work, you can see my fingernail dirt. I'm the last one to leave, even when I come first. Yeah, you might want it bad, but I'm sure I want it worse. I'ma do it cause I love it, I'ma love it till it hurts. What's the worst that can happen, Captain? I'm strapped in, no I'm not crazy, I'm just tapped in. Hungry like I'm fasting, I'm about that action, no slacking. Well, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson, cause here come the pain. No one to call up for help, no one to blame but yourself. You should've known better, however you did it, so we had to come ring your bell. Like I need a award, wait until I score, make it rain till it pour. I'm a dog on force, put in work like a chore till I'm underneath the floor, in the trenches like a war. If they wanna give them more, when I touch down, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. 4th down, 4 yards, put it all on the line. I am not worried cause it is our time. I hear the
It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports, and tonight's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Bengals and the reigning Super Bowl champs on Thursday night primetime.
And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Tonight, it's the Thursday opener for the new NFL season between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Green Bay Packers. The wait is finally over. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis here on the start of a new NFL season, and we kick it off with a bang on Thursday night.
What's interesting about these Thursday night games is oftentimes we hear people say, is it really fair for players to play on Thursday night? But what did we hear from both of these teams going into this one? How excited they were to have the spotlight on their teams, their franchises, the rest of the league watching them go at it.
With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
And when you come into the league as the #1 guy selected, a lot of hype comes with it. Sometimes that weight can be unbearable. But this young man, he took that weight on and handled it as well as you can imagine. And I love his ability to make a second, third reaction play and create downfield.
Here we go. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field.
Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Now Burrow. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
Holding, offense.
They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Flush, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3 and out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a first down on 1st and 2nd down. And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
The Bengals bring out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10.
Time to see the offense for Green Bay go to work. Aaron Rodgers leading them. What a career it's been. Came into the league back in 2005 as the number 24 pick out of Cal.
And that's really good field position they were given. Now, nothing's a gimme. We know that. But I know his goal, have the field goal kicker just stay on the bench. They want to put it in the end zone and get 6 out of this one. If they don't, I think it'll feel like a disappointment.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing is Rodgers.
This one swung out here to Jones.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beef eaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a 1st down.
Well, we got beef eaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. So after the punt, you start with a position, but all goes for naught thanks to the missed field goal.
And Brandon, you know as well as I do, the situations like that don't come around all that often, so you've got to take advantage of them while you can. And they definitely Did not do so there.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Quay Walker came through to make the sack.
I wonder if they're wandering back to the huddle thinking to themselves, can we just hit rewind and go back a play? Definitely not the down they wanted to begin this drive by giving up a sack. But for the defense, that's exactly how they drew it up.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Taken right around the 44. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A very good return that time. 18 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Shotgun now for Rodgers.
Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal.
Rodgers gonna throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Here we go.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. They're passing here. Joe Burrow forced out to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you can easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even...
Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety.
4 sacks and a safety already. If you gave your coach those numbers in an entire game, he'd be ecstatic. Getting that type of production in less than a half of football, that goes beyond anything they expected coming in.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. This is taken at the 23.
Another drive coming up for this Packers offense. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they'd better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. On second down, it's Jones. And some room to roam now. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Packers. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
Here we go.
They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start here with a give to Mixon. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Once again, they run with Mixon. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. And the Bengals on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Buying time, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. But Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
And he fields it cleanly. Oh, he nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And that will come the offense as they take over. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And a short gain down to about the 33. Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9.
Up the middle, Jones. Uses the stiff arm. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
77 yards rushing for him in his first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Brandon, there was more on his mind there than just getting to the 1st down marker. Saw an opportunity to get a big play and was going to let the defense do a lot to stop him from getting there.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Drops it to Jones in the flat. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that'll set up second and goal. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on second and goal?
Rodgers going to try and run.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers. A 3-yard run as he kept it himself.
And the Packers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And that will make this a 16-point lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he's going to be brought down. Back in his own 6-yard line. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack.
Here we go. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
Mixing up the middle. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. It's a gain of just... Offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. That's taken it around the 40. A great return there of 22 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the delay, Jones. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on... Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. From the 29, Rodgers. Toward the sideline, he will have the 1st down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet inbounds. And that extra yardage makes this upcoming field goal attempt much more manageable.
Agreed, because when you talk to defensive coordinators, they always tell us the 35-yard line on our side of the field, that's the line we guard the most aggressively, because once they get there, they believe they're in field goal range.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will do it for this 1st half. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, good to get another season underway. We'll get back to you guys for the second half of the season opener. But first, let's take a look at what's still to come here in the opening weekend of the NFL season. In the early window, lots of good matchups to choose from. We'll highlight the game in Detroit, a big one for the Lions, as they'll take on the visiting Carolina Panthers. Lots to look forward to in the late games as well. One of the best being up in Seattle, where we find the Seahawks taking on the Dallas Cowboys. And one final game to highlight. We wrap things up on Monday Night Football, and they've got a good one this week between the LA Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for the Bengals. And not much went right in those first two quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Packers, it's been no contest in terms of the rushing yards. You see a much, much brighter picture there. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week one, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And this will be a return from deep in the end zone.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they finally get to him out near midfield, but he's all the way across the 45 to the 46.
What a way to start the second half. These guys are showing no signs of letting up. They have a chance to take a decided advantage with this possession.
Well, the Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield. And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Now left side on the swing pass.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
A jet sweep, Dobbs.
He stiff arms him. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Well, Charles, no matter what the prognosticators say before the season, whether they think you're going to be good, bad, or somewhere in the middle, you never quite know how week one is going to play out. But for them, it has been an impressive performance, and they are well on their way to a 1-0 start.
Yeah, it's a lot like opening up presents, isn't it, partner? You're not quite sure what's inside, but you're hopeful, right? In this case, exactly what they were looking for, exactly what they need.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And that will bump the lead up to 26. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Again, it's Mixon. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Here we go. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 36.
11 empty, 11 mighty, 12.
Mixon with a first down carry. Eric Stokes in on the tackle.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
From the 31, Burrow. That is taken in by Hurst. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Hayden Hurst, 31 yards. And the Bengals are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
An inside give to Jones. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. Boy, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. A check down here to Jones. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. That's the reason why. Well, we just saw shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
126 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener. Looked like they picked a heck of a time to run the counter.
And we've been saying that in this great game of football probably since we started playing. Anytime you get guys thinking you're going to go one way and you hit back the opposite side, there's a great chance it can turn into the type of play we just saw there, a big gainer.
Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead 3rd quarter. Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Throwing now is Rodgers. And this throw will be intercepted.
Picked off by Rashaan Evans.
And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
Here we go.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. He completes it to Boyd.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. That's the tight end Hurst with it.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Here we go, here we go.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Running left, it's Mixon. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5.
They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The offense on 3rd down tonight. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Burrow will throw.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
They'll give it to Mixon. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
2nd down and goal. Burrow.
And that almost their first INT of the ballgame. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Third and goal. Burrow.
Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
8 yards on the touchdown pass.
And the Bengals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it was T. Higgins who capped the drive with the touchdown reception.
Oh, and the Bengals look like they got it back. They did. Bengal football. The Bengals drive about to get going.
The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Tariq Carpenter.
And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a touchdown. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And that one makes this a 19-point game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And out now, here come the Bengals.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's Burrow. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. They find some open field here. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 158 yards rushing for him now here in Week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign. Now Jones. And a second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with career touchdown number 126, the same number Jim Brown had during his 9-year career. And the Packers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. They had the short field and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins.
Here we go.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Now before the 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Here's Burrow. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Burrow. And that is incomplete. Now the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this.
And he lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year, Week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go.
A final shot now for Burrow. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game.
Well, partner, the season officially underway. It was great to be back with you, obviously, but the first game of the year, always a special one. And love, I know you do too, love having it on a Thursday night.
Yeah, I think it makes it special, right? It makes it so that everyone is just watching, all eyes on it on a special night like that. I think it's going to be a great season, partner. Can't wait for the next several months. We know there are going to be surprises all the way through the season. And before we know it, we'll be talking about opening up on a Thursday night again next season.
So for Green Bay, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans.